My dear child, I need you to stay exactly where you are and listen to the sound of my voice with your spirit, not just your ears. I have watched you sitting in that room, staring at the space where someone used to be. I saw the tears you shed over the empty chair in your life. I saw you scrolling through old messages, wondering where the loyalty went, wondering why the phone stopped ringing, and questioning what you did wrong to deserve this sudden, crushing silence. You feel like you have been abandoned. You feel like you have been rejected. You feel like a part of your foundation has been ripped away, leaving you exposed and alone. But I am here to interrupt your mourning with a heavenly revelation. I saw you crying over the empty chair, but I need you to understand that I am the one who pulled it out from under them. I removed them because they were sitting at the table I prepared for your enemies. Do not be fooled by the pain of the exit. In your limited human perspective, you see a loss, but in my eternal perspective, I see a rescue. You were inviting people to your inner circle who were only there to spy on your destiny. You were sharing your bread with people who were carrying poison in their pockets. You were trying to build a future with individuals who were still covenanted to your past. I saw you trying to save them, but I knew that if they stayed, they would only sink you. The silence you are experiencing right now is not a void, it is a sanctuary. It is the quiet I required to speak to you without their negative frequency interfering with my signal. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. You were blinded by your love for them, but I was not. I heard the secret conversations they had behind your back. I saw the eye rolls they gave when you shared your dreams. I saw the jealousy that started to rot their hearts every time I blessed you. They were smiling at your face while plotting your demise in the shadows. They were sitting at your table, eating your food and breathing your air, while simultaneously consulting with the very people who want to see you fucked up and broken. I am your rearguard, and I refuse to let you be blindsided by someone you called a friend. I had to expose the Judas before the Gethsemane moment arrived. Do not get fooled into thinking that their departure was their choice. They think they walked away because they found something better. They think they rejected you because you weren't enough. But I am the one who hardened their hearts. I am the one who triggered the friction. I am the one who made the atmosphere around you so hot with my glory that their lies could no longer survive in your presence. I evicted them from your life because your next level requires total integrity. You cannot walk into the promised land with spies in your camp. You cannot wear the crown I have prepared for you if you are still trying to consult with commoners who don't understand the weight of royalty. I saw the secret meetings of the saboteurs. They were waiting for you to get comfortable. They were waiting for the big opportunity to arrive so they could sell the information to the highest bidder. They were parasites disguised as partners. They were vampires disguised as vibrancy. I saw you feeding them your energy, your time, and your finances, while you were getting weaker and weaker. I saw that if I didn't intervene, they would drain you until there was nothing left for the mission I gave you. The empty chair is the proof of my mercy. It is the evidence that I am watchful over your soul. In the United States, you are taught that more is better, that a large circle is a sign of success, and that loneliness is a failure of personality. But I am interrupting that societal delusion. In my kingdom, pruning is the key to growth. I am pruning your vine. I am removing the dead wood. I am clearing the deck. You have been selected for a special operation, and special ops are always small teams. The people I removed were cargo. They were not crew. They were weight, they were not wings. The empty chair is not a deficit. It is a sovereign vacancy that I am going to fill with divine alignments that you haven't even met yet. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and I am neutralizing the residue they left behind. I am cleaning the air in your house. I am scrubbing the negative words they spoke over your potential. You have been feeling heavy lately, not because of depression, but because you were carrying the dead weight of toxic connections. Now that they are gone, you are going to feel light. You are going to feel clear. You are going to feel a resurgence of power that you haven't felt in years. The silence is your rebirth. The empty chair is your altar. Do not be fooled. The enemy wants you to chase after them. He wants you to beg for an explanation. He wants you to apologize for things you didn't do just to keep the peace. But I am commanding you to let them go. Do not reach out. Do not check their page. Do not ask about them. Every time you try to reconnect with someone I have disconnected, you are vandalizing my protection. You are inviting the sabotage back into your sanctuary. If they were sitting at the table of your enemies, they belong in the enemy's camp. Let them stay there. They have chosen their side, and I have chosen your safety. I saw the secret meetings where they calculated how much they could take from you before you noticed. They were counting your dollars. They were evaluating your assets. They were waiting for the will to be signed. They were waiting for the promotion to be announced. They were vultures waiting for you to stumble. But I have ascended you above their reach. I have hidden you in the secret place of the Most High. The reason they left is because they could no longer locate you in the spirit. You moved to a frequency they couldn't scan. You became invisible to their manipulation. The table is prepared. Do you remember the promise? I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. You thought the enemies were only people outside your house. You didn't realize that some of the enemies were sitting across from you at dinner. I had to clear the table so that when the feast of favor arrives, only those who labored in the field with you are there to eat. I am protecting the purity of your harvest. I am protecting the sanctity of your success. The empty chair is my security guard. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were vile. They mocked your faith. They laughed at your vision. They whispered that you were too much or not enough. They were trying to gaslight your anointing. They wanted you to doubt the voice of God because they couldn't hear it themselves. I removed them to save your sanity. I removed them to protect your peace. I removed them to ensure your destiny. You are selected for greatness. And greatness is a lonely road until you reach the summit. Do not get fooled into mourning what I have murdered for your sake. I have killed those relationships to save your life. I am replacing your spirit of heaviness with a garment of praise. The silence is about to become music. The loneliness is about to become leadership. The empty chair is about to become a testimony. Stay with me. We have exposed the removal. We have exposed the reason. But the revelation is moving into the spiritual eavesdropping. Now that you know who I removed, I am going to tell you what I heard them say. I am going to show you the bullets I caught for you. The chair is empty. The protection is active. The promotion is next. Phase 1 is complete. The emotional wound is being sanitized by the truth. The exit was my order. Phase 2. The spiritual eavesdropping reveal my child. We must go deeper into the why. I know your heart is still heavy, and I know that human logic is trying to pull you back into the morning. You are asking me, Lord, why did it have to be so sudden? Why did it have to be so painful? They were my best friend. They were my partner. They were the person I trusted most in the world. But I am here to tell you that while you were looking at their face, I was listening to their frequency. While you were watching their public performance, I was conducting spiritual eavesdropping on their private reality. I am the God who hears what you cannot hear. I am the God who sits in the rooms where your name is mentioned after you leave. I was there in the secret conversations where you were being sold, where your value was being debated, and where your destiny was being bartered for pennies. I removed them because I heard the click of the hammer on the gun they were holding behind their back. Do not be fooled by the silence they gave you. That silence was preceded by a noise in the spiritual realm that you were never meant to endure. You have been asking for a reason, and I am giving you the transcripts of heaven. I was there in the midnight phone calls where they mocked your struggle. I was there in the private chats where they shared your vulnerabilities as a form of entertainment. I heard them say, "They are so gullible, they'll never see it coming." I heard them say, "Once I get what I need from them, I'm out." I heard them negotiating with your enemies, offering up intelligence on your weaknesses in exchange for clout, validation, or money. You were loving a character they created, but I was observing the author of the deception. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were vile beyond your imagination. I heard the laughter that followed your act of kindness. I saw them counting your blessings with a calculator of envy, but they forgot that the eyes of the Lord roam to and fro throughout the earth. I was the fly on the wall. I was the shadow in the room. I was the static in their connection. I heard the price they put on your head, and I decided that the transaction is cancelled. I saw the secret meetings where they deconstructed your anointing. They tried to find a scientific explanation for your miracles so they could copy your success without submitting to my spirit. They were spiritual thieves trying to hack your inheritance. I heard them discussing how to manipulate your goodness to get you to sign away your future. I heard them consulting with dark spirits to find the crack in your armor. I removed them because they were spiritual hackers trying to upload a virus into your destiny. The eavesdropping was my way of protecting the firewall of your legacy. In the United States, you are surrounded by the culture of transparency, but you must understand that privacy is a prerequisite for protection. You gave them too much access. You gave them the keys to the vault. But I am changing the locks today. I am wiping the servers. I am deleting the information they tried to use against you. I heard them bragging about how much they knew about you, thinking that knowledge was leverage. But I have scrambled their data. I have confused their language. They can no longer explain you. They can no longer predict you. They can no longer control you. The eavesdropping has resulted in a total blackout for your enemies. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and I am exposing the source of the pain. It wasn't the loss that hurt, it was the leaked truth. You felt a shudder in your spirit every time they spoke, didn't you? That was my warning siren. I was broadcasting their private conversations into your spirit, but you kept turning down the volume. You kept excusing the inconsistency. You kept fixing the red flags. But I finally pulled the plug. I silenced their voice in your life because the noise of their deceit was drowning out the music of my promise. You are safe now because I have disabled the listening devices of the adversary. Do not be fooled. The enemy wants you to defend yourself. He wants you to go to them and ask, "What did you say about me? Why did you do this?" But I am commanding you to stay silent. Do not validate their betrayal with your attention. I have already recorded the evidence. I have already filed the charges. I have already issued the verdict. Their removal is their sentence. They are banned from your future. They are barred from your blessings. They are excluded from the exaltation that is coming in Phase 5. Let them stay in the lowlands of their gossip, while I elevate you to the heights of my glory. I saw the secret meetings where they targeted your finances. I heard them calculating your debt and plotting to keep you under. I have repurchased your freedom with the blood of the Lamb. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were blasphemous. They were mocking the God in you. They were saying, "If their God is so great, why are they still struggling?" They were testing my faithfulness by inflicting pain on my chosen. I eavesdropped on their arrogance, and I decided to demonstrate my power. I removed them so that when the supernatural supply hits your house, they will have to watch from the outside. They will have to observe the surplus that they tried to prevent. Your vindication is legal, and your justice is divine. Do not get fooled into regretting the bridges I have burned. You were trying to save the bridge, but I saw that the foundation was termite infested. I saw that if you crossed it one more time, it would collapse and kill you. I burned it to save you. The eavesdropping revealed that they were loosening the bolts of the bridge every time you weren't looking. They wanted you to fall. I wanted you to fly. I had to cut the cord to release the wings. The loneliness is just the quiet of the cockpit. You are about to take off. I saw the secret meetings of the divine replacement. While I was eavesdropping on the old, I was engineering the new. I was listening to the prayers of those who are aligned with your destiny. I am bringing helpers who will whisper your praise in the same rooms where the old ones whispered your slander. I am bringing partners who will invest in your vision instead of investigating your vulnerability. The eavesdropping was the audit before the award. I hear you. I hear your cries. I hear your questions. I hear your pain. But I need you to hear my response. I remove them because I love you. I remove them because I value you. I remove them because I have a plan for you that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. I heard what was said in the dark so that you can walk in the light. The spiritual eavesdropping is over. The truth has been revealed. The separation is final. Stay with me. We have heard the betrayal. We have exposed the deal. But the revelation is moving into the covenant of isolation. Now that the room is empty and the traitors are gone, I am going to show you what I am building in the silence. The transcript is clear. The betrayal is cancelled. The silence is holy. Phase 2 is complete. The secrets are out. The safety is in. I heard everything. Phase 3, the covenant of isolation. My child, do not panic in the quiet. I know that the silence in your home feels heavy. I know that the sudden drop in your social circle feels like a vacuum that is sucking the air out of your lungs. You look at your phone and it is silent. You look at your calendar and it is empty. You look at your bed and you feel the vastness of the space beside you. The enemy has tried to label this season as abandonment. He has tried to convince you that you are unlovable, unwanted, and discarded. But I am here to interrupt that funeral for your social life. You are not in a desert of rejection. You are in the covenant of isolation. This is not a punishment, it is a promotion. I have pulled you away from the noise because I am preparing you for a magnitude of success that your old identity could never survive. I had to isolate you to install the new software of royalty into your spirit. Do not be fooled by the loneliness. Loneliness is what the world calls it when they lose their audience. But solitude is what the chosen call it when they find their authority. I am quarantining you from the opinions of men so that you can become addicted to the voice of God. You have spent too many years vanquishing your self-worth by seeking the validation of peasants. You have been measuring your greatness by how many likes you get or how many invites you receive. But I am breaking that addiction. I am starving your need for approval so that I can feed your hunger for anointing. This isolation is the laboratory of the supernatural. It is where I am testing the metals of your soul to see if you can stand when the spotlight finally finds you. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. I heard the enemy saying, if we can make them feel only enough, they will crawl back to the toxic people we planted. He is waiting for you to break. He is waiting for you to text the person I told you to leave. He is waiting for you to apologize to the abuser just to have a human connection. But I am strengthening your spine in this silence. I am building a fortress of self-sufficiency in your spirit. You are learning that I am enough. You are learning that 1 plus God is always a majority. This isolation is the birth canal of your new identity. You cannot bring your old crowd into your new kingdom. They don't have the security clearance for where I am taking you. Do not get fooled into thinking that busy equals blessed. You were busy before, but you were empty. You were surrounded, but you were stifled. You were popular, but you were powerless. I have stripped away the distractions because I am refining your focus. I am sharpening you like a specialized weapon. A sword is not forged in a party, it is forged in the heat and the hammering of the forge, where there is no one but the smith and the steel. I am the smith, and you are the steel. The hammer of isolation is beating the insecurity out of you. It is beating the fear of men out of you. It is hardening you so that when you strike the enemy in phase 5, you do not shatter. I saw the secret meetings of your future self. The restored, wealthy, and impactful version of you was advocating for this isolation. That version of you said, "Lord, don't let them have the blessing until they have the character to keep it." I listened to that intercession. I am protecting your future by restricting your present. If I gave you the billion-dollar vision while you were still clinging to small-minded people, they would have stolen your ideas and sabotaged your peace. I am waiting for you to mature in the solitude. I am waiting for you to realize that you are a king or a queen in training. This is your palace education, and the classroom is empty for a reason. In the United States, you are surrounded by a culture of connectivity. You are told that if you are not sharing your life, you don't have a life. You are told that solitude is a sign of depression. But I am interrupting that cultural brainwashing. I am introducing you to the ancient path of the prophet. Moses was isolated in the desert. Joseph was isolated in the prison. Paul was isolated in the Arabian wilderness. Every giant slayer was first a lonesome shepherd. I am hiding you so that I can highlight you later. You are in the green room of destiny, waiting for your name to be called. Do not rush the stage before the script is written on your heart. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were taunting your empty calendar. I heard the spirits of anxiety whispering that you are falling behind. They show you the success of others on social media and say, "Look, they are moving forward and you are stuck." But they are moving in a circle, and you are scaling a mountain. The mountain is lonely at the top, but the view is sovereign. I am elevating your perspective. I am teaching you how to breathe in the thin air of high-level leadership. You are being prepared to govern, and a governor cannot be best friends with the governed. You must have distance to have discernment. Do not be fooled. The loneliness is a test of loyalty. I am asking you, can you trust me when I am all you have? I am asking you, will you still worship me when the applause is gone? If you can thrive in the silence, you can survive the storm. If you can find joy in the empty room, you will handle the abundance with humility. I am breaking the idol of human connection so that I can be your primary source. I am rewiring your nervous system to crave my presence more than human physicality. This is the spiritual deep work that produces the incorruptible glory. I saw the secret meetings where the demons of distraction were planning to overwhelm you with petty drama. They wanted to keep you engaged in arguments and he said she said stories so that you would never finish your book. Launch your business, or heal your soul. I vetoed their plan by removing the players. I cleared the stage. I canceled the drama. You are now in a drama-free zone. But you are mistaking the peace for emptiness. It is not empty, it is clean. It is sterile. It is ready for a new seed. This isolation is the Sabbath of your soul. Rest in the removal. The covenant of isolation is a legal protection. Because I have isolated you, the curses of your ancestors can no longer find you. They are searching for the old version of you that was enmeshed with dysfunctional people. But that version is gone. You are hidden in Christ. You are cloaked in solitude. I am changing your spiritual fingerprints. I am changing your frequency. When you emerge from this season, even your enemies won't recognize you. You will walk with a weight and a gravitas that will silence the mockers. They will ask, where did they get this power? And the answer will be in the isolation. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were calculated to make you quit. I heard the enemy say, if we take away their support system, they will crumble. But he didn't know that I am your support system. He didn't know that the ground you are standing on is solid rock. I am teaching you how to stand alone so that you can lead millions. You are becoming a pillar. A pillar doesn't lean on other pillars, it supports the roof. You are being hardened for responsibility. The loneliness is just the setting of the concrete. Do not wiggle. Do not escape. Let the isolation finish its work. Do not get fooled into filling the gap with garbage. I see you reaching for entertainment, food, or digital distractions to muffle the silence. Do not interrupt the internal surgery. I am operating on your identity. I am removing the tumors of insecurity. I am stitching up the wounds of rejection. This surgery requires stillness. It requires anesthesia of the spirit. Let the silence numb the pain so that I can extract the poison. You are being healed from the inside out. The loneliness is the recovery room. I saw the secret meetings of the new alignment. I am hand-selecting the people who will enter your phase 5. I am training them in isolation just like I am training you. I am aligning your destinies in the supernatural. You are going to meet people who speak your language without you having to translate. You are going to meet partners who honor your oil without trying to steal your lamp. But you cannot meet them until you finish the covenant of isolation. You must graduate from solitude before you can enter the communion of the greats. You are not alone. I am in the room. The Holy Spirit is your roommate. The angels are your bodyguards. The cloud of witnesses is your audience. You are surrounded by greatness, but you are blinded by your focus on human absence. I am opening your eyes today. See the presence in the pillow. See the fire in the floorboards. See the glory in the grip of your hand. You are in a covenant. And a covenant with me is a guarantee of victory. Stay with me. We have embraced the isolation. We have accepted the training. But the atmosphere is moving into the release to receive command. Now that you are clean and isolated, it's time to seal the exit of the old so that the new can land it. The room is empty. The identity is new. The anointing is heavy. Phase 3 is complete. The social death has happened. The resurrection is scheduled. Phase 4, the release to receive command. My child, you are now standing at the most violent junction of your transformation. We have moved through the empty chair, we have decoded the spiritual eavesdropping, and we have accepted the covenant of isolation. But now, we must address a spiritual law that cannot be bypassed, ignored, or negotiated. It is the law of displacement. In my kingdom, two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. You cannot hold the hand of your past and reach for your future simultaneously. You cannot house the residue of betrayal and the oil of promotion in the same vessel. The reason your breakthrough has felt stalled or congested is not because I am not giving, but because you are still clutching. You are praying for new wine, but you are refusing to let go of the old wineskins. This is your final call to execute the release. I am issuing a divine command to empty your hands so that I can heal your life. Do not be fooled by the sentimental value you have placed on your baggage. You have been romanticizing your pain. You have been protecting the very weights that are drowning you. You tell yourself that you are loyal, but I am telling you that you are leashed. You are leashed to the ghost of who they were, not the reality of who they became. I have removed them from your house, but you have kept them in your heart. You have kept their room ready, hoping they would change, hoping they would realize your value, hoping they would return and apologize. But I am commanding you to evict their memory today. The shift requires space. If you do not release the dead weight, you will suffocate the new birth. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. I heard the enemy whispering that if you let go, you will have nothing. He is trying to trigger your survival instinct to keep you bound to your sorrow. He knows that as long as you are gripping the old relationship, the old career, or the old trauma, my supernatural supply is blocked at the border of your life. He wants you to be full of yesterday so that you have no room for today. But I am interrupting that strategy of congestion. I am commanding a spiritual purgation. I am forcing you to exhale the toxicity so that you can inhale the glory. The release is the key to the receive. Do not get fooled into thinking that time heals all wounds. Time only scabs over the infection. Only release can extract the poison. You have been carrying the injustice like a trophy. You have been replaying the betrayal like a movie in your mind, expecting a different ending. But the ending is written. They exit. You excel. That is the script. But you are refusing to turn the page because you are addicted to the chapter. I am commanding you to close the book on them. I am commanding you to seal the grave of that season. Until you release the corpse of your past, I cannot resurrect your future. I saw the secret meetings of the heavens where your new alignment is waiting. There is a table set for you in phase 5 that is laden with golden opportunities, divine partners, and incorruptible wealth. But the waiters of heaven are standing still because they see your hands are full. They see you clutching the pennies of your old identity, and they cannot hand you the gold of your royal status. I am ordering you to drop the pennies. I am ordering you to open your palms. This final call is the declaration of vacancy. You must broadcast to the spiritual realm that you are available for the upgrade. In the United States, you are conditioned to accumulate. You are told that holding on is a sign of strength and letting go is a sign of weakness. But in the kingdom, surrender is the ultimate power. It takes maturity to release what no longer serves the vision. It takes authority to say, I no longer give you permission to occupy space in my mind. I am teaching you how to relinquish the control you think you have. You think that by holding on, you are protecting yourself, but you are actually paralyzing yourself. I am interrupting your paralysis. I am commanding your release. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were luring you into bitterness. The enemy wants you to hold on to the grudge because he knows a bitter heart is a broken compass. He knows that if he can keep you focused on the injustice, you will miss the invitation. I am commanding you to release the debt. Stop waiting for their apology. Stop waiting for them to see the light. Their darkness is no longer your business. Their betrayal was the signal for your departure. You are overstaying your welcome in a season I have already burned. Release the smoke so you can see the fire. Do not be fooled. This is a legal action. I want you to take a physical step right now to formalize this spiritual divorce. I am commanding you to engage with this altar of presence. I want you to go to the comments and sign the release papers in the presence of the cloud of witnesses. I want you to type in bold, unshakable capital letters, I release them or I trust your shift. These are not words, they are declarations of sovereignty. They are legal notifications to the spirit world that the lease is up. You are evicting the baggage. You are clearing the atmosphere. You are creating the vacuum that sucks in the miracle. I saw the secret meetings of the spirits of heaviness. They are clinging to your shoulders because they are anchored to your unfinished business. Every person you refuse to release is a hook for a demon of depression. Every regret you refuse to drop is a nest for a spirit of lack. I am commanding you to unhook yourself. I am commanding you to destroy the nest. When you type I release them, you are cutting the invisible cords. You are severing the nerve of the attachment. You are freeing your energy to be invested in your increase. I trust your shift. Type those words if you are ready for the unpredictable. To trust the shift means you are surrendering the how and the when. It means you are accepting that the removal was mercy. It means you are agreeing with the isolation. It means you are opening the door for the unexpected surplus. I am monitoring the engagement of your spirit. I see those of you who are typing through the pain. I see those of you who are shaking as you release. That shake is the old foundation crumbling to make way for the stone of the corner. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they are terrified of your compliance. They thought you were trapped in the labyrinth of the past. They thought you would circle the same mountain for another 40 years. But your release is your shortcut. It is your quantum leap. You are bypassing the natural recovery time. You are moving from mourning to manifesting in a single second. The algorithm of grace is activated by your letting go. As the baggage hits the floor, the blessing hits the door. Do not get fooled into looking back. Remember Lot's wife. To look back is to solidify in the past. I am commanding you to look forward. The shift is forward. The supply is forward. The surprise is forward. The empty chair was the first step, but the empty heart is the final step. Empty your heart of the resentment. Empty your heart of the confusion. Empty your heart of the questions. You don't need answers, you need space. I am becoming your everything, but I can only fill what is empty. I saw the secret meetings of your new circle. They are waiting for the signal that you are single-minded. They are waiting for the vibration of your freedom. As you type "I trust your shift," you are broadcasting your readiness. You are attracting the high-level helpers. You are attracting the kingdom financiers. You are attracting the authentic love. You cannot attract a king while you are still entertaining a jester. You cannot attract abundance while you are hoarding lack. Release the small to receive the stupendous. The command is issued. The atmosphere is pregnant with potential. The angels of record are waiting to stitch your declaration into the fabric of your future. Do not withhold your agreement. Do not stifle your seal. This is the transaction of displacement. What you give up to me, I replace with myself. And I am more than enough. Phase 4 is complete. The hands are open. The baggage is dropped. The engagement is sacred. The space is created. The shift is authorized. The receive is inevitable. Phase 5, the upgrade finality. My child, we have reached the finish line of this sacred surgery. You have stood tall through the empty chair. You have survived the spiritual eavesdropping. You have embraced the covenant of isolation, and you have just executed the release that cleared the atmosphere of your life. Now, I want you to take a deep, sovereign breath. Feel the lightness in your spirit. The congestion is gone. The weights have dropped. You are now standing in a sanitized space, and it is in this vacuum that I am performing the final act of the season, the divine upgrade. I did not remove those people to leave you empty, I removed them to make room for the elite. I am replacing the drainers with providers. I am replacing the critics with celebrators. I am replacing the counterfeits with the covenant keepers. You are about to experience an infiltration of excellence that will make the pain of the exit look like a small price for a massive fortune. Do not be fooled by the current silence. That silence is the red carpet being rolled out for your new circle. In the United States, you are taught that you have to network and hustle to find the right people. But I am interrupting that human effort. I am engineering the divine collisions. I am compelling people of high influence, high character, and high value to locate you. They are not coming to evaluate you, they are coming to elevate you. They are coming with keys to doors you didn't even know existed. They are coming with resources that will liquidate your lack. You are being moved into a global tier of connection. The upgrade is not just a change of faces, it is a change of frequency. You are now magnetized to greatness. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. While you were mourning the loss of those who were small-minded, I was eavesdropping on the conversations of the greats who are looking for someone exactly like you. I heard kingdom financiers saying, I need a visionary to invest in. I heard wise counselors saying, I have wisdom that needs a fertile soul. I heard authentic partners saying, I am looking for a heart I can trust. I have matched your frequency to theirs. The people I am bringing into your life in this finality are pre-qualified. They have already passed the test of loyalty. They have already been refined in their own isolation. They are ready for you, and you are ready for them. The upgrade is synchronized. Do not get fooled into thinking you are unworthy of this new circle. The enemy wants to keep you in a low-value mindset so that when the high-value connections arrive, you sabotage the relationship with your insecurity. But I am commanding a restoration of your self-worth today. You are a high-value kingdom asset. You are rare gold. You are a signature edition of my grace. The people I am bringing are not doing you a favor by being in your life. They are blessed to be in your presence. I am aligning you with equals, not leeches. I am aligning you with iron that will sharpen iron. You are exiting the zone of dependency and entering the zone of power partnerships. I saw the secret meetings of your new council. I saw the angels of alignment mapping out the coincidences of the next 7 days. You are going to bump into the right person at the wrong time. You are going to get a random message from a power player. You are going to be invited to a table where you are the least known but the most anointed. Do not shrink. Do not apologize for your space. Walk in with your head held high, wearing the cloak of the chosen. I have removed the trash so that I could display the treasure. You are the treasure, and the upgrade is your display case. In the United States, your net worth is often tied to your network. But I am upgrading your net worth by sovereignly selecting your network. You are about to meet partners who will protect your heart as if it were their own. The upgrade is holistic. It is financial, emotional, and prophetic. Do not be fooled. This new circle requires a new level of stewardship. You cannot manage a high-value connection with low-value habits. I am upgrading your character to match your company. I am upgrading your discipline to match your destiny. You are thriving on less noise and more power. You are operating with precision. The people coming are efficient. They are effective. They are anointed. They will push you to your maximum potential. They will not coddle your excuses, they will call out your greatness. This is the ironclad protection of the divine upgrade. I saw the secret meetings of the slanderers who left you. They are watching from a distance, waiting for you to fail without them. But they are about to witness your quantum leap. They are going to see you surrounded by giants. They are going to see you walking with authority. They are going to see that their removal was the launch pad for your luxury. I am vindicating you by the quality of your company. The empty chair is being filled by a king. The silence is being filled by wise counsel. The isolation is being filled by glory. You are high value. Say it in your spirit. I am high value. I have invested the blood of my son into you. I have invested the fire of my spirit into you. You are not desperate for connection. You are the source of transformation. The people I am sending are hungry for what you carry. You are the solution to their problem. You are the answer to their prayer. The upgrade is mutual. You will bless them as much as they bless you. This is the covenant of the grades. You are entering the inner sanctum. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and I am exposing the end game. The end game was never your loneliness, the end game was your empire. You cannot build an empire with enemies in the architect's office. Now that the architects of sabotage are gone, the architects of advancement have arrived. They have the blueprints. They have the funding. They have the favor. You are starting construction today. The foundation is solid. The walls are salvation. The gates are praise. Do not get fooled into fearing the new. I know you have been hurt before, and you are guarded. But I am guarding you now. I am the gatekeeper of your new circle. No one enters unless they carry my passport of peace. No one stays unless they carry my seal of sincerity. You can trust the shift because I am the shifter. You can trust the upgrade because I am the architect. You are safe to open up again. You are safe to partner again. You are safe to thrive. The final call, join the protection circle, my child. As we close this divine surgery, I have one last instruction for your new identity. You have been extracted from the toxic and upgraded to the triumphant. But atmosphere is everything. A king or a queen must protect the frequency of their palace. You cannot go back to low-value content or low-value conversations. You must stay aligned with the sound of heaven. I am calling you to join the protection circle right now. This is not just a subscription, it is your digital sanctuary. It is the fence I am building around your new connections. By hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notifications, you are declaring that you are committed to the high-value life. You are tuning your ear to the voice of the King every single day. Do not walk away from the altar of advancement. The enemy wants you to unplug so he can reinfect your mind. But in the protection circle, we reinforce the upgrade. We seal the separation. We prepare for the next collision. Join this royal remnant. Be among the chosen who refuse to settle for average ever again. Your new circle is waiting. Your new life is live. I have upgraded you. I have anointed you. I have crowned you. Walk out of the silence and into the shout. Walk out of the isolation and into the influence. The upgrade is permanent. The circle is open. The door is secure. It is finished. Amen.